Hey guys, Dylan from the Geek Duo here, and today I'll be bringing you my My Hero Academia Season 5 Episode 1 reaction. Now, before I get started, I must admit that I have seen up to the end of the opening, because this is my second attempt recording this, and the last time I tried recording it, my recording software decided to crash. And it's lucky I noticed that before we got to any of the new stuff. Well, too much of the new stuff. Because the majority of it was just a recap of the last episode of Season 4. Which is lucky, but yeah. So this is my second attempt at recording this. I'll be going from the start again, but yeah, I'm excited to see what comes with the rest of the episode. The episode's titled All Hands on Deck, Class 1A, and the synopsis is, there's an emergency drill at UA High School, and Class 1A is requested to report for duty. Now, like I said, I've seen this first part, so you might get a more muted reaction from this than would be expected, but let's get it started in 3, 2, 1, go. There we go. Gotta turn up the volume on my headset. Yeah, this is my fourth time seeing this. Twice through anime form and once through manga. No, fifth. Twice this episode. One with Xiao Long's reaction, one with my initial reaction, and the manga. So, I've seen this 5 times. One thing I do like about these first episodes is that, well, while they are mainly just a reintroduction to the world and Class 1A, it's majority of new content, like anime exclusive. Whereas the other episodes follow the manga pretty much the exact same, with some slight changes, but yeah, this is the only genuine reaction of anyone who read the manga. I am interested to see what they do with the rest of this scene. Like, at the start they said yesterday, but there was more after that scene than... I mentioned this in my first attempt, but it's weird seeing Shoto just framed with full white. I don't know why. I still like to think that this was broadcast to every room and only related to them. Though 1B probably had their own version of it. And now we get the reintroduction to quirks and everything. By the looks of it, Midori is still beating Bakugo. More of his body was ahead of Bakugo. And now the introduction. Which, as I made mention of, is only one arc. They only show one arc in this introduction. Now, that means to me that this arc is going to take up at least half of the season. Which, I mean, they sort of have to give it justice, but yeah, normally there's snippets of other stuff. There he is. I have no idea what's being said as usual. But it sounds more upbeat than some of the ones we've heard. Yep. Ooh, I like that image. Showing it as a sonar. He's still got a creepy quirk. Oh, why'd it pulsate? Oh, he's got an optical zoom feature. That's cool. Was that necessary? I mean, she's pointed away. That's more than she normally does. Look, here's the thing. Momo just rips open her thingo in front of everyone, usually pointed towards people. Of course, some people are going to take the opportunity to look. As long as they don't do anything more and don't look for too long, I can't hold it against them. I'm saying this from a personal point of if my bits were suddenly exposed in front of everyone and I had control over that, I wouldn't expect people to automatically know to look away. Yes, yeet the frog. I am glad we get to see Mirio back. I was already talking when he first appeared, but yeah. Well, that can't be good. Midori, wouldn't you normally be bounding ahead of everyone? I mean, her acid's shown no signs of flammability in the past, so yeah, she could be used. What are you gonna do? How can lasers stop? Ah, I mean, yeah. If you smother the fire with a building, it would stop. Okay. And an even bigger flash freeze. Misery. Is that a... Yep, that's Amajiki. I think I'd prefer to go up against Nejire. He doesn't look like he wants to be there. Fair enough, I guess. I mean, I'd probably leave too. I mean, he could always play a fleeing villain. You know what? I take back what I said earlier. Put me up against Chimera every day. Of course you're back in the river. So we've got villain, and general nuisance by the looks of it. Yeah, there may be more. His shirt stretched over his food pouches. I really like Amajuki. There's the invisible girl. Light refraction. See, don't really just create a net cannon, okay. Tentacles versus tail. Tentacles apparently win. He's gonna block it with a face shield again, a face clam again, isn't he? Face clam? No face clam. Ooh. I wouldn't like to be kicked by a human-sized chicken leg. Oh, that would hurt. They created a riot cannon. That should be their team up move. Really? Oh. Yeah, whenever Bakugo shoots Kirishima, it should be riot cannon. Hero name, undecided. Oh. Well, at least he didn't fully explode Hamajuki. Don't worry, you play a very important role. I didn't go easy on you, you scared me. Well, he did fully explode Hamajuki. He really should have gone home. Oh. Oh, I feel bad for him. So, I didn't talk about it while it was happening, but they had Bakugo and Kirishima riding on the front of the car, with Kirishima obviously sitting in Bakugo's lap for him to get that launch. And they had the car battery hooked up to Kaminari so that he could hotwire it. Is he gonna trip? Good, but honestly, Kaminari is the kind of person to try and hop a fence and catch his foot. Yeah. So apparently Kaminari knows how to drive. Bakugo has his hot shot, and Mineta has his nudie mags. Oh well. Boudoir mags. Oh no, not at all my playing card. Oh good, it landed near the school. But, huh? He shouldn't be here yet. Oh, they're playing it in his unconscious state. Okay. You see? He raised this arm. I raised this arm. It's completely different. And then there's this motherfucker. I don't like the sound there. The plot chickens. I say that because Hawks. Okay, so that was a recap episode for season 5. It was an enjoyable episode. Standout parts were Mirio and Amajiki, but that's to be expected when they're like top in the tiers of my favorite characters. But yes. Now, if they had Shinzo in there as well, you would have had the majority of my top 10 favorite characters in this episode. But, oh well. Technically he was because he was in the intro, but that doesn't count. So, was it a lot plot-wise? There never really is in these. Other than we know that Endeavor made it out of his fight with the Nomu with minor injuries. There's obviously the big gash on his face, and he overheated himself massively, but other than that, he met up with Darby. Well, more Darby met up with him up to that fight to collect Hood. We saw Hawks meeting with Darby in a shady warehouse. And that's all we got in terms of plot. Because it's not that I don't count these episodes as canon. I count these as filler. Like, yeah, they may be 100% canon. It's just they were happening in the parts of the manga that we didn't see. Again, can be entirely true to canon because there was time we see the Endeavor versus Hood fight. We see the bits after that we saw a snippet of in this episode, and we'll hopefully see the rest of next episode. Then it cuts to Hawks Endeavor in hospital, and the Hawks Darby stuff. So very well could have happened the day that Endeavor was in hospital. I don't know. But yeah, it was a very enjoyable episode. We got to see Riot Cannon, which is what I'm going to call that move every time it appears. We got to see Kaminari hotwire and drive a car, which means he can do another thing I can't do, which is drive. But yeah, I'm going to end this here before I start rambling on about nothing. This will be out obviously next week, the same day that episode 3 releases for the general public, because I should have put this at the start, but it releases week 1 on Crunchyroll. I record it week 2, so exactly 1 week after it releases when it's free to the public, and then I release it week 3. And then that week 3 is the week 2 for the second episode, week 1 for the third episode. You get what I'm saying? So this will always be 2 weeks behind what it is for people with a Crunchyroll membership. Anyway, I'll catch you in the next one.